Good morning, children. Am I audible? Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
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 Nice, children. Good morning, all of you. So today we are, about to begin a new chapter, mensuration. That's not the second chapter in your textbook, but it's a very important chapter. So normally this is done towards the end of the year in school. So when it's done towards the end of the year, you hardly have time to practice this one of the many important chapters. Everything is important. Nothing is not important. Everything is important, but this is very important. And when we do it towards the end of the year, you don't have time to practice. You want to learn better, but then the exams are near and you will end up without practicing much. So I normally like to do this chapter as early as or completed by June, so that children have sufficient time to practice. So we'll keep visiting this chapter many times, so you become very strong. Mensuration, algebra are few of the many chapters which are very, very important, and you need to have a concrete foundation of these chapters for mathematics, for building your foundation in mathematics in general. So let's begin. So in this chapter, what are we going to see in this chapter? Okay, so this chapter basically deals with finding the area and perimeter of plane figures as well as three-dimensional figures. So plane figures meaning two-dimensional figures. So mensuration, this chapter deals with, this chapter basically deals with finding area and perimeter of of two things, two-dimensional figures, okay, and three-dimensional figures. So under two-dimensional figures, you've already seen various kinds of triangles. Scalene triangle, how to find the area of a scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle. We'll do all that again. So we'll first visit sixth standard. We'll go down to sixth standard. We'll recall the essence of this chapter from sixth standard and then proceed to seventh standard. So don't worry if you feel I don't remember anything of mensuration of sixth standard. No issues. We're going to go down to sixth standard. Get our basics from there and then continue. It is a vast chapter. Mensuration is a big chapter. Will take quite a long time to finish this. Yeah. So when it comes to two-dimensional figures, they are figures, which just have two dimensions like length and breadth. So now triangles, all kinds of triangles are plane figures because you can draw a triangle on the board. You can represent this figure on a flat surface. If you can represent the figure exactly as it looks on a flat surface, it's a plane figure or a two-dimensional figure. A two-dimensional figure has only two dimensions, as the name says. It has only two dimensions, like the length and breadth or base and height. It has only two dimensions. And also, a two-dimensional figure can be represented on a flat surface. So if the teacher asks you to come up to the board and draw a triangle, you can draw a triangle. Draw a circle, yeah, you can draw a circle. Rhombus, yes. Parallelogram, yes. Rectangle, square, yes. But now, figures like or objects like a cuboid, cube, cylinder, cone, sphere, hemisphere. Now, if you like to play cricket, the cock ball or the football, these are three-dimensional figures. They are called solids. They are three-dimensional figures because you cannot draw a cube on the board. You can just represent it. A cube is not flat. A cube is not flat. You can press the triangle or a parallelogram with your finger, meaning with your palm, with the palm of your hand. Children, I'm just getting a call. Just a minute. I'm getting a call. Just a minute.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, children. I just got a phone call I couldn't avoid. Yeah, please wait for me to finish, children, and then you can keep your question. And you can ask me if you have any doubts, you can ask me at the end of this introduction. So I was telling you about three-dimensional figures that you cannot press it under your palm like it's solid, it's embossed, no? So you try to keep a cube, take a cube. See, you might have any object which is cubical at home. Say a matchbox is cuboidal, a matchbox, it's cuboidal. There are many objects in your, you can find many objects in your house, your geometry box. Okay, so there are your notebook, your textbook. Okay, so you can find many cube or cubical or cuboidal objects in your house. Just keep it against the wall. It comes out of the wall. It doesn't stick to the wall. It comes a little out of the wall. That is a solid because it has three dimensions. You cannot draw it on the on your wall or on a blackboard or any plain figure. You can just represent. It looks something like that, but it's not exactly like that. But if you make a paper cutting of a circle or a triangle, you can press it against the wall. You can just put it, you can press it against the wall. So two-dimensional figures are those which have only two dimensions, which can be represented exactly as it looks on a plane surface. You can draw that on the wall. You can draw a triangle, a circle, a rhombus, parallelogram. All this you can draw on the wall, blackboard, any flat surface on the top of your table. But three-dimensional figures have three dimensions: length, breadth, and height. They are solids. They are solids. And they cannot be drawn as they look on a plane surface. Exactly like they look, you cannot draw it on the board. You can just represent, like our Earth, the planet Earth is a solid. But what is a globe? I think in 5th or 6th, you would have learned about latitudes and longitudes, where you draw the Earth and you show the, the different latitudes and longitudes of the Earth. No, but the Earth doesn't look like that. The Earth is not a flat thing, right? But you don't draw. You say this is how the Earth looks, and the various latitudes, longitudes. So, which is the important line of latitude, and which is the important line of longitude? Can you recall from geography?
Ma'am, I think it's the equator.
Equator is the line of latitude or longitude? Latitude.
Latitude.
Yeah. Equator is an important line of latitude.
For longitude, it is.
Ma'am,
North
can I
and South
say?
Pole.
Yeah. You can just answer yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, for the latitude, it's equator, which he only told, and for longitude, it is. I think for that also it's equator only.
No, ma'am. It is like the distance between North and South Pole.
What is it called?
Ma'am, latitude.
Prime meridian. Prime meridian. Very good. All right, children, fine. So, what was I telling you? Yes. So that's about two-dimensional and three-dimensional figures. Now, under two-dimensional figures, some figures you will be seeing are triangles, all kinds of triangles. All kinds of triangles. That is how to find the area and perimeter. How to find the area and perimeter of different types of triangles: scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle. Okay, all types of triangles. And then we'll also learn how to find the areas and perimeters of various kinds of quadrilaterals: square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus, so trapezium, kite. Okay, so we'll see how to find the area and perimeter of various types of quadrilaterals. So quadrilateral is not one figure. Quadrilateral is a name given to any polygon with four sides. A polygon is a closed figure. So a polygon with four sides is called a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is not one figure. Something is not called a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral comprises of all polygons with four sides. A square is a quadrilateral. A rectangle is a quadrilateral. A rhombus is a quadrilateral. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral. A trapezium is a quadrilateral. A kite is a quadrilateral. Any polygon made up of four sides is a quadrilateral. So we learn how to find the area and perimeter of all quadrilaterals. Not all, the ones I mentioned. Okay. Quadrilaterals. And we'll also learn how to find the area and perimeter of a circle. Now, a circle is not a polygon. A circle is a closed figure, but it's not a polygon, because a polygon has to be made up of line segments. A polygon has to be made up of line segments. A circle is not made up of line segments. It's a curve. It's not made up of line segments. A polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments. These are the two very important terms. Polygon. Polygon means it should be a closed figure. It should be a closed figure. Not only should it be a closed figure, it should be made up of line segments. It should be made of line segments. Okay, so when you take a circle, it is a closed figure, but it is not made up of line segments, and hence a circle is not a polygon. A circle is a closed figure, but not a polygon because it is not made up of line segments. Now, a triangle is a polygon. A triangle is a polygon because it is a closed figure. See, it should satisfy both the conditions. It should satisfy both the conditions. A triangle is a closed figure and it is made up of 3 line segments. So it's a polygon. A quadrilateral is a closed figure and it is made up of 4 line segments. So it is a polygon. A quadrilateral is a polygon made up of 4 line segments. A circle is a closed figure, but it's not a polygon. So we'll learn how to find the area and perimeter of a circle. And under 3-dimensional figures, you will see cubes, cuboids, cylinders.
Ma'am, sphere.
Yeah, sphere. No, see, you disturbed me, so I lost my track. After cylinder, I should write cone, sphere, and hemisphere. Now, you have all this, but for 7th standard, we'll do cuboids, cylinder. We'll see. If you're all interested, we can go a little ahead. Cone, sphere, and hemisphere. We'll see that. So this is not for 7th standard, but it's not a waste learning. No, knowledge is never a waste. So if you learn it now, you're ahead of your friends. You will be learning at an 8th standard, so you will learn it now itself. So we'll see. So cone, sphere, and hemisphere is not for 7th standard. We'll see if we have to do it. We'll see if all of us are interested to learn, we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll stop with cuboids, and cylinders. So this is what we are going to deal with in mensuration. Basically finding area and perimeter of 2-dimensional figures and 3-dimensional figures. So first we'll get started with finding area and perimeter of 2-dimensional figures. And there I'll start with circles today. Circles. Is introduction fine, children? Do you know what you're going to learn?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. All right, children. So area, perimeter, the terms are not new to you. You've already come across the terms area and perimeter. So let's learn how to find the area of a circle. What is the formula to find the area of a circle? Now, before that, I should introduce you to the Greek letter pi. Pi. Okay, this is a Greek letter. This is a Greek letter. And disable your mic, children. Please answer only if you're asked to answer. Do not disturb me when I'm explaining because I lose my chain of thoughts. I'm a very sensitive person. I lose my chain of thoughts. I want to say something and somebody, talks in between and I just, like forget what I wanted to say. So kindly do not interrupt when I'm talking. You definitely have your time to ask questions. When I finish, it's your time to start asking. Yeah, and please answer only if I ask you to answer. Otherwise, don't say anything. You might know it, but do not share your knowledge unless you're asked to. Yes, children. So circle, the formula to find the area of a circle. So I was telling you before we learn the formula to find the area and perimeter of a circle, we need to know about this Greek letter, which is pronounced pi. Pi. So this is a Greek letter. And in mathematics, we use this letter in fact, the area of a circle and perimeter of a circle are formulated using this letter pi, which stands for the value 22/7 approximately, or sometimes the value of pi may be given as 3.14. Now you will learn about pi in higher classes. What exactly is pi? Why is it used in mathematics? Now we say pi is an irrational number. Okay, so we'll not go into all this. So for your knowledge, pi is an irrational number. Pi is an irrational number. Irrational number. Because it has a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. Okay, that's just for your knowledge. Now, pi is equal to 22/7 is not exactly, pi is not exactly equal to 22/7. But for the sake of calculation, see, when we have this letter in the formula, we need to substitute a value for that. So it's approximately taken as 22/7 or 3.14. But the value of pi is not exactly 22/7 or 3.14. All right. So pi is supposed to be an irrational number because it has a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. So mathematicians have found the value of pi up to millions and millions of decimal places. All right. So pi is a Greek letter. And how do we write that? So in textbooks, you will see something like, like, it's not like that. Don't write like that. That's not the way we write pi. Pi is, in print, it may look different. It may look different in print. It's just like this 11 kind of, and then a line on it. Okay, so this is how we write pi. It's a Greek letter. And in mathematics, we take its value as 22/7 or 3.14. In circles, when we calculate using pi, we take its value as 22/7 or 3.14. However, pi is not exactly 22/7 or 3.14. It's an irrational number, and it has a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. Mathematicians have found the value of pi up to millions and millions of decimal places. Anyways, that's just for your information. Now coming to what you need to remember, area is equal to pi r square. And we know that area is always expressed in square units. And the perimeter of the circle is called the circumference of the circle. Perimeter of a circle is called the circumference. The circumference. Don't write anything now. Circumference of a circle. Perimeter of a circle is called the circumference of the circle. All right. And the formula to find the perimeter or the circumference, both are the same. Perimeter of a circle, circumference of the circle, both are the same. Now we say perimeter of a triangle, perimeter of a rectangle. So like that, perimeter of the circle is also the circumference of the circle. Okay. So perimeter, the formula to find the perimeter or circumference is equal to 2 pi r. And we know that perimeter is the length of the boundary. Length. What is perimeter? The length of the boundary of the closed figure. Now, when we say perimeter of a rectangle, okay, now you start running from here. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? The distance from here. So you go around it and you come back to the starting point. The length of the boundary. The length of the boundary of the closed figure. The length of the boundary of the closed figure is called the perimeter. So circumference of a circle is nothing but the length of the circle. See at this length. So circle, no, supposing you draw from here, this length like this. This length is called the perimeter of the circle or the circumference of the circle. The length, this length, see from here. So supposing you have a thread, you have a thread and it's boring, you don't know what to do. So you're just, what do you say? You're just turning the thread like this to make a circle. You can know a thread is very flexible. A wire, wire, this copper wire or thread. These are very, very, very flexible. So you can just like turn it and make the shape of a circle with it. So the length of that thread. Now, supposing you have a thread of length, say some 7 centimeters. Okay, you have a thread. You have a piece of thread of length 7 centimeters. So how do you know it is 7 centimeters long? You've measured it with a scale. You have a scale with you, so you have measured the length of the thread with using your scale, and the length of the thread is 7 centimeters. So now what you do? You just start from some point like this, and you turn the thread like this. You turn the thread like this, and you make a circle. You make a circle. Okay, you make a perfect circle. So the length of, so the thread is what has gone around like this. The thread is what has gone around like this. And so the length of the thread is 7 centimeters, which means the circumference of this circle is 7 centimeters. How do you know without calculating? We did not calculate. We didn't use any formula, but we know that the circumference of the circle is 7 centimeters. That's because you made the circle using the thread. You have made this circle using the thread you had, and the length of the thread you already knew is 7 centimeters, and that 7 centimeters has gone around like this to form the circle. So the length of the circle is 7 centimeters. The thread meets end to end here. End to end it meets here. So the length of the thread is 7 centimeters, which means the perimeter or the circumference of the circle is 7 centimeters. We don't know the radius. Radius we don't know. Radius is not 7 centimeters. We don't know. We can find the radius, but we do not know the radius. So when you have a thread of length 7 centimeters and you turn the thread around like this to form a circle, 7 centimeters is not the radius. The radius of the circle is not 7 centimeters. The circumference, the length of the boundary of the circle is 7 centimeters. The diameter is not 7 centimeters. The radius is not 7 centimeters. These are the different terms you know about a circle. Radius, diameter. 1 second, children. Certain calls I have to pick. I'm very sorry. I'm just getting a call. Just a minute. Yes, children. So I was telling you that when the length of the thread is 7 centimeters and you make a circle using the thread, when you make a circle using the thread, the length of the thread becomes the circumference of the circle. The length of the thread becomes the circumference of the circle. So the length of the boundary now is 7 centimeters. This one is 7 centimeters. What is the radius of the circle? We can find, but now we don't know. What is the diameter of the circle? We can find, but now we don't know. The length of the thread is not the radius or the diameter. It is the circumference of the circle. Is that understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Now all of you acknowledge. One by one, tell me. All of you understood so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. So circumference is just a length. So it is expressed in units. Like circumference of the circle is 10 centimeter or something like 25 meters. Because it's only a length. How will you measure length? Only in units. Area is expressed in square units. Area of the circle will be like 10 centimeters square, 25 centimeters square. It will be square units. Area is expressed in square units. But length is always expressed in units. That's why circumference is 2 pi r units. Area is pi r square units. Now, we use this formula 2 pi r to find the circumference of the circle if radius is given. Now, we all know that, we know that diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. 2 times radius. Correct? We know that diameter is equal to
Yes,
2 times radius. Diameter of a circle is equal to 2 times radius. That is, d is equal to 2r. Correct? Diameter d is equal to 2 times. That means 2 into r. 2r.
yes.
2 into r means 2r. 2 into r is nothing but 2r. 2 into r is nothing but 2r. X into y can be written as xy. But x plus y you cannot write as xy. When it's multiplication, you can just take away that sign, you know. So if it is only in letters, not numbers. If it is 4 into 5, you cannot write it as 4, 5. Not with numbers, with in algebra, when you use variables. So 2 into r is nothing but 2r. 2 into r is nothing but 2r. So since diameter is equal to 2r, now go back to the formula. Go back to the formula 2 pi r. So what is this 2 pi r? 2 into pi into r, correct? Now we know that multiplication of integers or multiplication is associative. Okay, so now 3 into 4 into 5. You can write it as 5 into 3 into 4. Or you can write it as 4 into 5 into 3. Similarly, 2 into pi into r can be written as pi into 2 into r. Pi into 2 into r. And what is 2 into r? Diameter. Pi into d. 2 into r is d. So the other formula to find the circumference of a circle is pi d. You can also use pi d. If diameter is given, you can use pi d. If radius is given, you can use 2 pi r. I'll tell you again. Now, we know that multiplication is associative. You can change the order and multiply. You can change the order and multiply. You cannot change the order and divide. You can see, division is not commutative or associative. 10 divided by 5 is not the same as 5 divided by 10. Division and subtraction are not commutative or associative. Now 10 minus 5 and 5 minus 10, they are different. They're not the same. Division, subtraction, they are not commutative or associative. But addition and multiplication, they are associative and commutative. All right. Division. Okay, so you understood that, children. So now we are talking about multiplication. Multiplication is associative. So 2 pi r means what? What is 2 pi r? It means 2 into pi into r. That's the meaning. 2 into pi into r. So since multiplication is associative, you can change the order and you can write it as pi into 2 into r. But we know that 2 into r, that is twice radius's diameter. So pi into d, which is nothing but pi d. So you can also use this formula pi d to find the circumference of a circle. So this is the other formula. So circumference of the circle is also given by the formula pi d units. So if radius is given, you use 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r units to find the circumference if radius is given. If diameter is given, you can use the formula pi d, pi into d, pi d units. You can also see if diameter is given, you can also use the formula 2 pi r. Not that you should use only pi d. You can also use 2 pi r. If diameter is 10, what is the radius? 5. So r is 5. You should substitute 5, that's all. You can also use pi d. You can use 2 pi r also if diameter is given, because if diameter is 10, what is the radius? Half of that, 5. So you can use 2 pi r, and for radius use 5. So you need to remember the formula. Area of a circle is equal to pi r square square units. Circumference of the circle is equal to 2 pi r units or pi d units Okay, so this chart will help you. So circle, when it comes to circle, area pi r square units. Oh, sorry, square units. Pi r square units. Circumference 2 pi r units or pi d units, anything you can use. And the value of pi is 22 by 7. If nothing is given, you should take 22 by 7. Or if it is given 3.14, then only you should take 3.14. 3.14 you should take only if it is given in the question. If nothing is given about pi, then you should take 22 by 7. You cannot take 3.14 by yourself. Only if that information is given, if that instruction is given in the question, take pi as 3.14. Only then you should take it as 3.14. If nothing is given, you should take 22 by 7. Yeah, take down everything, children. Write down everything from, I think this is the first slide, 1 minute. Yeah, this is the first slide. Write down. Give the name of the chapter, mensuration. Mensuration. Write down all that you see on the screen. Let me know when you finish writing the slide, children. I'll take you to the next slide. Once you finish writing from this slide, tell me, I'll take you to the next slide.
Done, ma'am.
All of you? All of you finished writing?
No, ma'am, I'm
No,
almost.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Others, please wait.
Ma'am, go to the next slide.
I have to wait for all of them to finish, Anirudh. It's nice that you can write very fast, but you have to wait for your friends. Ask your friends if they finished. Done? Children?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. You can just make a note of this. What is a polygon? It's a closed figure made up of line segments. 1 minute. Let me just rewrite it.
Ma'am, can you take that first slide 1 minute, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Done?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Done.
Now I'll just draw something here. Tell me if it is a polygon. Is this one a polygon?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, because it is
Because
not made
it
up of
is not
closed
a-
figure. It is not a closed
It
figure.
is not. It is not a closed figure.
Because it is not a closed figure. Now,
Ma'am, it is a
It's a.
polygon.
It's a. It's a polygon.
it is a polygon because it's now a closed figure and it
Closed
is made up of
figure.
line
Line
segments. So these two conditions must be satisfied. Both the conditions must be satisfied. It should be a closed figure and it should be made up of line segments only. Then it's a polygon. So when you look at a figure and if you have to decide if it's a polygon or not, check for two things. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments? Yes. Then it is a polygon. Now tell me if this is a polygon.
N-
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's a polygon.
No,
One
ma'am.
minute, let me make it more clear. Just a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
ma'am.
No, ma'am. No.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
How
ma'am.
many
It's
line
not a.
segments are there? Is this a line segment? Yes. Is this a
Yes.
line segment? Yes. Is this a
Yes.
line segment? Yes.
Yes.
Is this one a line segment?
No, ma'am. It's a
No,
curve.
ma'am.
It's a curve. So
Okay. And but is it a closed figure?
yes, ma'am. It's a closed figure, but not a. But not made up of line segments. So it's not a polygon.
So it's a closed figure. It's a closed figure. There are three line segments. Disable your mic. Disable your mic, children. Shri Harini, can you disable your mic? Yeah, you want to ask something, Shri Harini?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I can't understand clearly, ma'am.
You cannot understand which one? Please ask me.
Ma'am, I can't hear what you are talking, ma'am.
For now or for a long time? No, now or for a long time, Harini?
Ma'am, can you repeat, ma'am?
No, I know you're saying trying to say something, but it's not very clear, so I'm not able to follow what you're saying.
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Harini, just make a call and talk to me. Just make a phone call and talk to me. I can't understand what you're saying.
Ma'am, I don't have your number, ma'am.
Okay, I'll write my number on the screen. I'll write my number on the screen. You call me and tell me. All right. All right, children. So we were talking about this figure. It is a closed figure. Just
Yes,
a minute.
ma'am.
All right, children. So that's what it is. So this one is closed. It is a closed figure, but it's not. It's made up of 3 line segments. But this one is not a line segment. So it's not a polygon. Right on?
We have to draw the drawings.
Yes, yes, you should. You should.
Ma'am, what you have drawn now?
Yeah, you must draw.
Okay, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is the last in the right side, the last sentence is important because it has non-terminatory, non-referring decimal inferences. Mathematicians has formed the value of pi up to millions. Is that important, ma'am?
Everything you see on the screen, you must write in your notebook.
Okay, ma'am.
Done, children?
No, ma'am, I'm writing that pi. Ma'am, last sentence, ma'am.
No, no, ma'am.
All right.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Yes, children.
Ma'am, can I
In
just
this,
take a I'll just take a screenshot of the previous page. Yes, ma'am.
write it, Navneet.
Okay, ma'am.
All of you, please complete it. I have to wait till all of you finish. All of you finish it and let me know.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Yes, children.
Not yet done.
Done, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, Dhanvan, please disable your mic. Yeah. Now, we're going to learn something else. One more formula and we can get started with the questions. Okay. Now, another thing is, what are concentric circles? Okay, we'll understand what are concentric circles. We'll understand what are concentric circles. All of you understand my handwriting, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Somewhat, ma'am.
Yeah. Write down along with me.
Completed, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Okay. So what are concentric circles? Two or more circles with the same center but different radii. Radii is the plural for radius. Radius, radii. Like how you say boy, boys. Like how you say boy, boys. Radius, radii. Syllabus, syllabi. Syllabus, syllabi. Plural.
We have to write these examples also.
Yeah, you can write. You don't have to write boy, boy. You can write. You can make a note of everything I write on the screen, children.
Yes, ma'am, I wrote it down, everything, the example also.
Syllabus, syllabi, plural. Syllabi is the plural form of syllabus. Radius, radii. Like we say boy, boys. So now, have you ever observed, children? Now, supposing you just take a bucket of water, or a tray or whatever full of water, and throw a small object on the surface of the water. Throw a small object like a small stone. Okay, just throw it. You can see the rings. No, you can see some ripples on the surface of the
Yes.
water. Have you noticed that? They are concentric circles. Where the stone hits the water, no, that's a center. From that as the center, you can see many circles formed. They are concentric circles. They are concentric circles. The innermost circle will be the smallest. Then the circles will keep growing bigger, bigger, bigger. So the radius will keep increasing. Correct? So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. See here, this radius from the center to the circumference. This radius you can say R1. From the center to this point, this is R2. From the center to this point is R3. Like that it goes on. So here you can see uh, three concentric circles with the same center O, but radius R1, R2, and R3. Just a minute, children. Yeah. So in this figure, we can see three concentric circles with center O, and radii R1, R2, and R3.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, how do we find? All of you finished?
Wait, ma'am.
Yeah. Have you seen a dartboard, children? How a dartboard looks?
Ma'am,
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
You will throw
Yes,
object with it.
Yeah.
Like a arrow. Like it will be like an arrow, and we need to throw it at the center.
Yeah. So that is a center. Then around that, the circles which you see are the concentric circles.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me read the slide for you. Two or more circles with the same center but different radii are called concentric circles. So these are some examples. Circles on a dartboard or circles formed on the surface of the water when we throw a stone. So now here in this figure, I have drawn three concentric circles. They have the same center O, but different radii, R1, R2, and R3. R1 is the small, the radius, the circle with radius R1 is the smallest circle, and the circle with the radius R3 is the biggest circle in this figure. Area between two concentric circles. Area between two concentric circles. So how to find this area? So you can see the shaded region. This is the this is the area between two concentric circles. So how to find the area of the shaded region? So that's what we are going to learn now. How to find the area of the shaded region. You understand what I've drawn? I've drawn two circles with the same center O, but different radii. One is small, the other is big, so the radius is different. This is circle with center O, children. I've marked O here. This is O. Children, anything? Should I clarify anything? Do you all understand what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now how do we find the area of this region? Okay, so area of okay, so let the radius of the inner circle be R and the radius of the outer circle be R. Area of then area of shaded region is equal to area of outer circle minus area of inner circle minus area of inner circle. Area of outer circle minus area of inner circle. And we know the formula to find the area of a circle. What's the formula to find the area of a circle? Pi r square units. Pi r square is the formula to find the area of a circle. So pi What is the radius? What is the radius of the outer circle? Capital R. So this R square you should write. Because radius of the outer circle is capital R. So pi R square minus area of the inner circle, pi small r square. See, the formula to find the area of a circle is pi into radius square. Pi into radius square. So pi capital R square minus pi small r square, square units. Now using the distributive property, you can write pi is common. So this is like, see, this is like if you have AB minus AC. Okay, so here you can see the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So you can take out A common and write it as B minus C. A into B minus C. A into B, see, A into B minus C is A into B minus A into C. Distributive property. Okay, so pi common, you can write R square minus R square. Square units. Square units. Area of outer circle minus area of inner circle. Pi r square minus pi r square. So pi common, capital R square minus small r square. This is the formula. So area of the shaded region is pi, open bracket, capital R square minus small r square, close bracket, square units. Please write down, children. That's why I'm waiting.
Oh, ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a doubt. Ma'am.
Yes, yes, please ask me.
Ma'am, after the question you have written, let the radius of the inner circle be
Capital small r.
okay, ma'am. For this is not the capital B, no, ma'am. It's BE.
B. Yeah. 1 minute. Yes, yes. This is capital letter B. This is B. This one.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. That's my doubt. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. This one is also B.
Okay. Ma'am, what is the answer then, ma'am?
No, only when numbers are given, you can find the answer. Now you can, this is just a formula. When we use this in a numerical situation, then you can find the answer.
So now this is the answer, ma'am.
Now this is the formula. If
Oh.
now like when you, what is the formula to find the area of a rectangle? You say L into B. But what is the answer? L into B is a formula. When I give you the length, yeah, when I give you the length and the breadth of the rectangle, then you can find the answer.
Okay, ma'am, understood.
Yeah, this is a formula. Area of the shaded region is equal to pi capital R square minus small r square, square unit. This is the formula. Done, children?
Mom, I'm going to.
Okay, okay.
Completed.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll do the first one. The second one will be a test for all of you. The first one I'm going to work. So the question is, find the circumference and area of a circle whose radius is 10.5 centimeters. So radius is given to you. Okay. So radius, that is R. You can write simply R. So R is equal to 10.5 centimeters. So if you're not comfortable, with the decimal value, you can convert that to a fraction. So that is nothing but 105 by 100. Oh, sorry, 10. It's nothing but 105 by 10. And what is 105 by 10? That's nothing but simplify 21 times 5 twos are 21 by 2 centimeter. See, if you're not comfortable with the decimal value, you can convert that to a fraction. What is 10.5 centimeters? 10.5 is nothing but 105 by 10. Shift the decimal point. And then when you simplify, you get 21 by 2 centimeters. So you can use radius as 21 by 2 centimeter. Okay, now first circumference. Circumference of circle. Circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r units. This is the formula, 2 pi r. That is 2 into the value of pi is not given. So you can take it as 22 by 7 into r. You can take 10.5 if you want. If you're scared of decimals, you can take the fraction 21 by 2. It's your choice. So that is equal to, now simplify. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 7 ones are 7 threes are. So 22 into 3, 66 centimeter. That's all, not centimeter square. Because 10.5 centimeter, the unit and the unit for radius is centimeter. So here also it will be centimeter. Next, area. Area of circle is equal to pi r square. Pi r square, square units. Square units. So pi, the value is not given. So 22 by 7 into r square. You can use 10.5 or you can use 21 by 2. So 21 by 2 into 21 by 2. So you should simplify this and find the answer. So many centimeter square. Whatever answer you get, centimeter square. So simplify this and tell me the answer, children. Now, next question. Same thing. Find the circumference and area of a circle whose radius is, instead of 10.5, take 1.4 and find the answer. 1.4 meters. You understand the second question, which is your test? Find the circumference
Yes,
and area
ma'am.
of a circle whose radius is 1.4 meters. Work that. I'll come back in 10 minutes, children. Keep the answer for this one ready and this one
Ma'am,
also.
ma'am, can we use the help of the formula you wrote?
Yeah, you should use the formula. Yes.
No, ma'am,
Yeah.
you wrote. No, ma'am, can we see that formula and can we use this for this sum?
It's here only, no? Yeah. You can. You can.
Okay, ma'am, then okay.
Steps are similar. Same. Steps are similar. Here I've not found the answer. See here. Children, look at your screen. 2 ones are 2 11s are correct.
Yes, ma'am.
7
Yes,
ones
ma'am.
are 7 threes are correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we cannot cancel any further. So we should multiply 11 into 3 into 21. Write that answer by 2. 11 into 3 into 21 by 2. Then divide that and get the decimal value. So that I have not done. You should do that, I'm saying.
Okay, ma'am.
I have not found the answer for this one.
Okay.
So you will get something by 2. Then you should find the decimal value also. You will get something by 2. And then that is equal to what, after dividing what answer you get, you should write that. Understand?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, first we should copy this and write the and then we will do the test.
Correct. First complete this answer and then take the test. Very good. Yes, children, keep yourself engaged. I'll come back in 10 minutes. Anirudh, please disable your mic. Thank you. Yeah, Dhanvin. What is 11 into 3 into 21, Dhanvin?
Ma'am,
What is 11 into 3 into 21?
693, ma'am.
Divided by 2?
Centimeter square.
No. What is 693 divided by 2? Because we have 2 in the denominator, right? So what is 693 divided by 2? Did you find that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Who's found the value of 693 by 2?
Ma'am, I found, ma'am. Ma'am, 346.5.
Okay, very good. 346.5. Very good. Very good. No problem, Dhanvin. You should leave it as a decimal like this. 693 by 2 is 346.5 centimeters square. Very good, boys. Okay, have you started the test question? 1.4 meters.
Yes, ma'am. I found the circumference, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, please continue. I'll ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this question I was not able to answer, ma'am, properly. I am not sure with this question.
Ma'am, same, ma'am.
Yeah, this is the question. First, we have to find the
Radius.
1.4 40.
So it'll be what? 1.4 as a fraction is 14 by
14 by 10.
14
and 14 by
is
10 is
equal to
what?
7 by 5, ma'am.
7 by 5.
7 by
Yes, ma'am. Like based on this question.
ma'am, sir. Then circumference of circle, ma'am.
Then you should, after this, you should find circumference.
Circumference. Okay.
Circumference of circle. What's the formula?
2 pi r unit.
2 by 12.
R
Ma'am,
unit.
2 into 22 by 7 into 7 by 5. Into 22 by 7 into 7 by 5, ma'am.
7 by 5.
Very good.
Ma'am, it
Now,
will become
here,
1.
children, 1 second. Here, why did we write 21 by 2 two times?
Ma'am, because the square you put no 2, ma'am.
Because it is
2,
r
ma'am.
square. Because it is r square. That means you should multiply 2 to r into r. You know that?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Pi r square. Pi r square. Pi r square means pi is 22 by 7 into r square, meaning r into r. 21 by 2 into 21 by 2.
Ma'am, if there is if there is a number like 5 and there is a number below it like small, like 3, we should multiply it how many times, ma'am? 5 into 5 into 5, 3, 5 into 5 into 5, like that, ma'am.
Okay, you understood this, Anirudh? R square here, you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here this is 2 pi r. Circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 into 22 by 7 into r is 7 by 5. Now how do you simplify? 7 and 7 will get cancelled. Now you cannot simplify anything further. So 2 into 22 is what?
44.
44. By 44 by
5, ma'am, 5.
5. And what is 44 by 5?
Ma'am,
Divide.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
9.1.
can you
9.1.
No. How is it 9?
ma'am, somebody's calling me, ma'am.
8.9. 8.9. 8.9.
Take your time, children. Tell me the correct value. What is 44 divided by 5?
Ma'am, 8.8.
8.8 is the correct answer. 5 8s are 40. 4 remains, 4 comes down, add a 0, keep a point, add a 0. 5 8s are 40. 8.8. So 8.8 meters is the answer. 8.8 meters is the answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Next, we have to find the area of the circle.
Ma'am, can I tell it, ma'am?
Yes, Avanish?
Ma'am, area of circle is equal to pi r square. Pi r square.
Square units.
Square units. Ma'am, I have to tell.
Read out your steps. Whatever you have written, that is equal to 22 by 7.
22 by 7 into 7 by 5 into 7 by 5, ma'am.
Very good. Very good.
Then is equal to 22 into 7 by 25 is equal to 154 by 25, which is equal to 6.16 meter, ma'am. That is the area of the circle, ma'am.
6.16, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Let me see if it's correct, but well done, Avanish. Your steps are perfect. Meaning the way you've carried the answer is right. Your calculation I have to work and see, but the way you've presented your answer is perfect. Very good, Avanish.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So area of circle is equal to pi r square units. So pi is 22 by 7 into r square means r into r. So 7 by 5 into 7 by 5. 7 and 7 gets cancelled. Then you cannot simplify any further. So 22 into 7 is 154. Divided by 5 into 5 is 25. Now 154 divided by 25. Divided by 25. 25 6 are 150. 25 6 are 150. 4 is a remainder. Keep a point, add a 0.
0.
1s are 25. 15 is a remainder. Add a 0.
0.
Add a 0. 6 are
6
150.
are 150.
So, Avanish, you're right. 6.16 unit. What is a unit? Meter. So, meter square. Meter. So, meter square. That's why square units.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right on, children. So, all of you have understood, I'm sure. You just need to practice.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understood the concept.
Please write down, children. If you have not got it right, if you have made any silly mistake, please write down the correct answer.
Completed, ma'am. Ma'am, next line.
Yeah, 1 minute. All of you finished this one?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I just need to write the area.
Ma'am, what should we find for the homework, ma'am? Circumference and area.
Same question.
Okay, ma'am.
Done, children?
I'm almost done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
All right. Make a note of the homework questions.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Don't write
Done,
like this. You must construct the question, children. You must write the question like this. Find the
Yes,
circumference and area of a circle whose radius is 35 centimeters. That is the question. You must construct the question. Don't write 35 centimeters as the question. Same question.
Okay, ma'am.
The value of the radius is different. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so all right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call. So
Thank
from
you,
tomorrow,
ma'am.
we'll have the regular
Thank you,
classes
ma'am.
at the center. From tomorrow, we'll have the regular classes at the center,
Okay, ma'am.
5:30 to 7.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, children. See you there tomorrow. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yeah.